Yeah. Now let's continue Master Snowflake Data Engineering. In this, let's continue Snowflake Data Warehouse Architecture. Snowflake Data Warehouse Architecture. Snowflake Data Warehouse Architecture is a three-layered architecture team. Three-layered architecture. Three-layered architecture. Order is not mandatory. Let's say one is storage layer, and other important layer is processing layer, processing layer, processing layer, and other important one is cloud services layer, cloud services layer. Okay, these are three-layered architecture team. Snowflake database is a three-layered architecture. It use AWS storage layer is a S3, S3 service. If you use Azure, then it uses service called blob service for this storage. If you use GCP as a backend cloud for your Snowflake, then this storage service, Snowflake uses Google Cloud Storage Service. If it is a reprocessing, if you select AWS as a backend cloud for your Snowflake, then this service is called EC2 service. If it is Azure, then this service is VM service, Azure VM service. If it is GCP, this service is Google Cloud Engine, Google Cloud Engine team. Okay. And next important one is cloud service. And this one having multiple other services like first one, infrastructure manager, optimizer, metadata manager, security, next authentication and access control services team. Let's say user executed one SQL query called create table. Table name is employee with so and so columns. Okay. Then in this, let's say if you use AWS, assume if you used AWS for your user, for your, let's say, user one, it may be created bucket one. In this bucket one, it will create a folder, your table name EMP, and this schema definition and bucket details and folder details, it maintains in metadata, in this metadata layer. Next one, user is written SQL query for inserting data or loading the data. Then in this folder location, it will create a files and loads the data files in this folder location. Let's say you return SQL query for selection operation. Select with different conditions. Select with different filter operations like age, like department, like gender wise, different conditions we we added into this select query. All these queries are going to submitted to query processing framework. If it is AWS, there is a EC2 mission. This EC2 mission contain Snowflake software. Then this is going to read these files and process based on your requirement, returns results back to user. user. So processing is taken by EC2 missions. So before going to submit your select query, optimizer going to optimize your query and hand over to this EC2 mission. Then EC2 mission going to process your data, return response back to user or caller. So, so Snowflake data warehouse architecture is three-layered architecture: storage layer, processing layer, cloud services layer. Cloud services layer contain multiple services. Infrastructure manager means EC2 related service, means query processing it allocates EC2, storage purpose it allocates S3, and all information maintained by this infrastructure manager. If you submit any query, that query optimization is taken care by one of the cloud service called optimizer and hand over that optimized query to virtual warehouse. If you create any table and that metadata information is managed by metadata manager, and based on your user, it has to give access on tables, right? Then we have a service called authentication and access control. It is responsible to manage your user's authentication details. Based on your authentication access, it's going to allow to access database, tables, databases, schemas, and storage layer. And it has a inbuilt security. First level we can achieve by username and password, and along with we can add different securities on your access. Role-based security we can set up using security feature of cloud service of Snowflake. So there are three-layer architecture. So whatever we discussed till now, same thing I have explained in this theoretical part today. Okay. Is it clear Snowflake data warehouse architecture team?